Good morning, fourth math students, and so hereafter I am not going to use board because my board is broken. Okay, so therefore I will, as I deliver my lectures, you have to listen carefully and you have to make notes. Okay, so let's say what I would have written on the board, that I will read out, and as I read out it, and you have to write it as your assignment and send it back to me, and at the same time I will ask you questions and you must answer those questions. Okay, only one question, I will ask you a question and you should answer the question. But hereafter, the difficulty that you are going to face is that as I do not use the board, you have to listen. Okay, so when I say I read out, and you have to take down. Okay, you have to write it. I guess you will be able to understand. So, what are the qualities of a good language teacher? And there are 10 points. There are 10 characteristic features or qualities of a good language teacher. And now we will begin sixth point. So, what is the sixth point? Learning happen with mistakes. Learning happen with mistakes. No language can be learned without committing mistakes. As they commit mistakes, the teachers should not discourage them. The teachers should make the classroom in such a way that as students commit mistakes, they learn from their mistakes. No language can be learned without committing mistakes. As they commit mistakes, the teachers should not discourage them. The teachers should make the classroom in such a way that as students commit mistakes, they learn from their mistakes. Okay? So I guess I would have understood. So no language can be learned without committing mistakes. Okay. So even when you are babies, when you are when you are a child, when you are children, even the mother tongue, you would have committed mistakes. Okay, grammatical mistakes or vocabulary, and even when we learn mother tongue, we commit mistakes. And when we learn another language, definitely we will commit mistakes. And as we commit mistakes, we rectify them and improve our language skills. Okay, so therefore, it is natural for students to commit mistakes, and when they commit mistakes, immediately you should not discourage them. Okay, this is a mistake. Yesterday I go to hospital. Okay, obviously there is grammar mistake, and when a student uttered the sentence to you, then this is yesterday I went to hospital. This is right. You are committing lots of mistakes, lots of grammar mistakes. You are wrong. Likewise, the teacher should not discourage them, and rather, okay, you should use. Yesterday I went to the hospital. So, in a motivating way, in a kind way, in an encouraging way, the teacher should point out their mistake. The way how the teacher points out the mistake should not be discouraging one, rather it should be encouraging one. Okay, so the way how the teacher points out the mistake matters a lot, and it should be done in an encouraging way. Okay, so that should be so that is the point. Learning happens with mistakes. Definitely, teacher, all of us commit mistakes when we when we learn the language, and so it is okay. When we know that this is a mistake, then we have to rectify the mistake. Okay, so as a teacher, it is the teacher should understand that it is natural for any students to commit mistakes, and in an encouraging way, in a motivating way, the teacher should point out the mistake and rectify the mistakes. Okay, so now seventh point, moving to the seventh point, language learners development stages. Okay, seventh point, language learners, first few years, development stages. Okay, language learners learn the language at a different level. For primary level, simple audiovisual aids can be used, and for higher secondary level, difficult level of audiovisual aids should be used. According to the psychology of students, the teacher should teach. See, my daughter Ria is just 1.5 years old, and she learns her mother tongue, that is Tamil language, and let's say Amma Vanga, Appa Vanga. Okay, so these words Amma, Appa, Tata, these words are clearly uttered by my daughter, and see, for 1.5 year old child, we can't expect poetic lines. Okay, we can't expect her to say Tirukural or any poetic line of Shakespeare or Wordsworth or Ramayana. Okay, see, even nursery rhyme Baba Black Sheep, and that's let's say when I say a nursery rhyme, she can understand, but she cannot tell it. Maybe 3, 4, or even 5. We can at the age of 5 we can expect a child to say a nursery rhymes. Okay, so I mean, for 1.5 years old child we cannot expect such thing. Okay, so according to the level of students, we can the teacher should know, for this age, for 5 years we can expect a child to say a nursery rhyme or even alphabets, and for 8 years we can expect a child to utter without grammar mistakes, and for 12 or 13 years old, okay, the various definition of grammar and how to use the grammar, and for 15 years the advanced level of grammar and analyzing it, and everything can be expected at the 15 years of age. Okay, so at the various level of development stages, the teacher should know, okay, we can expect this much only in this age, we can expect this much only in this age. So the teacher should know these things. Okay, so universally at 3 years and 4 years we should not expect anything from children. Okay, that's why we are discussing that the kindergarten school, I mean LKG and UKG, there should not be any examination. If it is kindergarten school, it is just it is a place only to play, not learning anything and conducting exam, doing homework. This thing, giving homework, giving assignment and conducting examination for kindergarten children we should not do such thing. Okay, that is conducting examination, giving homework. That thing should not be given to the kindergarten children. And examination also should be banned for kindergarten children. And so that is made as a rule, but practically it is not. They are not implementing it. That is another topic. But see, for 5 years, even for 8 years child, we must expect to write and to the minimum level of reading, at least a nursery rhyme. Okay. So at 12 or 13 years, okay, if you have to communicate in grammar, that we can expect, and for 15 years, advanced grammar, that is acceptable. Okay. So the point is, according to the level of students, we have to teach them. Okay. So difficult level of poetry, William Wordsworth, and see Shakespeare, only at the age of 15 only we have to teach William Shakespeare. Okay, and for 5 or 6 years we have to teach nursery rhymes. For 5 or 6 years, okay, we can expect a child to say the rhymes. Okay, even at 3 or 4 years, rhymes should not be taught to them. Okay, so that is the theory, and that's what we have to understand. When the child attains 5 years or 6 years, then we can expect the child, okay, I will say the rhyme and you have to repeat it, and you then you have to, you yourself should say the rhyme. Okay, those things could be expected at 5 years age. And at 12 years and at 15 years, you have to read Shakespeare, you have to read Wordsworth. Those things could be expected from students only at 15 years, that is higher secondary level. Okay, so according to the level, for 5 years, for 10 years and for 15 years, what to be expected, that we have to understand as teachers, we have to understand this thing, and accordingly we have to teach them. Okay, so let me read out the 7th point again. Language learners development stages. Language learners learn language at a different level. For primary level, simple audiovisual aids could be used. For higher secondary level, difficult level of audiovisual aids could be used. According to psychology of students, teachers should teach. So, for primary level, that is for nursery rhymes, okay, Baba, Black Sheep. So, the video of a man talking with the sheep, Baba, Black Sheep, have any wool, and the sheep says, yes sir, 3 bags full, 1 for my master. So, likewise, the simple audio visual aids could be used. Simple video could be, video clipping could be used. But for higher secondary students, these simple video clippings alone cannot be used. Some kind of scholar speech, some kind of advanced PPT, and they should be used as audio visual aids rather than very simple level of audio visual aids cannot be used at the higher secondary level. And the complicated PPT and complicated video clippings, they cannot be used for primary level. Okay, so what kind of audio visual aids, how the audio visual aids would be prepared, they should be prepared according to the level of students. Okay, and see, according to psychology, for a 5-year-old child, the child wants to play. For kindergarten students, they always want to be played. Okay, they want to play. Okay, and as they play, they should be taught alphabets under rhymes. Okay, So this should be the case with at the primary level, and at the secondary level and the higher secondary level. What kind of higher secondary level, even at the later stage of secondary level, they want to explore more, and peer groups, and they give importance to their friendship rather than the primary level of students. They give importance to their parents rather than friends, and the primary level of students, they don't go to their friends' house. Okay, a first standard child or a LKG student, a first standard student will not ask his parents, today I met a friend called Ram in my classroom, he is my classmate, I want to go to his house and I want to play with him. Likewise, a first standard child will not say. But for a 6th standard student, a 7th standard student, and especially 10th, 11th standard, and he will say, I have a classmate and he is my friend, I want to go to his home. I myself will go to his home. You need not, I don't want your help. I myself will go with my friend, and I will go to his home. Likewise, a teenager will say, and a teenager will never say, I have a friend, I want to go to his home, and you please drop me to his home. Such kind of mentality, such kind of psychology will not have by a teenager. Okay, so he himself want to explore, and he himself want to go to his friend's home, and he himself, without not only friend's home, they themselves want to go to beach and somewhere else. They want to enjoy their life. So this is the psychology of a teenager. Okay, a primary child, a primary school student will not say these things. Okay, so the teacher should understand the psychology of students, and accordingly the teacher should teach the language. And eighth point, explore different teaching methods. Eighth point, explore different teaching methods. Explore different teaching methods. So as the technology is developing day by day, teachers should be equipped with advanced technologies. Even in preparation and in evaluation, technologies should be used. I repeat, as technology is developing day by day, teachers should be equipped with technologies. Even in preparation of the class, preparation for the class, and in evaluation, technologies should be used. Okay. Even preparation for the class and in evaluation, technology should be used. So, see, the advanced level of technology, the technology is developing day by day, and especially teachers should be equipped with these technologies. Okay. So, how PPT, how the projector, how a laptop, and the method of evaluation, and there are various websites, e-learning are there, various e-books are there, and electronic evaluation, everything is there. And you are writing online examination, that is sit before a system, you sit before a laptop or a computer system, and online, so what is it, through internet, through internet connection, the question is sent, and immediately the question will be, you will be able to, the question is screened on your computer screen, and maximum objective type question is asked, and you can select, and there is option, yes, I want to change the answer. Likewise, everything is given, and okay, finally submission. And mostly online method of evaluation is done, and the results are done in a quicker way. Okay, so when this is the case, the teacher should prepare traditionally writing on the paper, and it is then that is not possible, and the teacher should be equipped with this method of evaluation, with this method of teaching. Okay, so let's say even today we are doing online, we are continuing our education by online through internet only. We are able to communicate to you, and the education is still continuing because of this online education. Okay, so therefore the teacher should be equipped with these advanced technologies. The teacher should always be equipped with these advanced technology. Even preparation, simply not reading the book and then doing it, and e-books are there, and various websites are there. The teacher should refer all these things, and in evaluation also, the teacher should evaluate. The teacher should use this technology. Okay, so then only we can say that he is a good teacher. Okay. So now we shall move to the 9th point, teachers training development. Okay, 9th point, teacher training development. The teacher is always a learner. He should always update himself. He should attend in-service program and refreshing courses regularly. The teacher is always a learner. He should always update his knowledge. He should always update himself or update his knowledge. He should attend the in-service program and the refreshing courses regularly. See, remember, the teacher is always a learner. Okay, just because learning a few grammar rules and by hearting it and clearing BSc Mathematics or BA B.Ed English, and then the government officially announces that you are qualified as a teacher. Okay, and when this is the case, okay, that's all. You are selected as a teacher and you are qualified as a teacher, and there is no need for the teacher to learn further, because already he learned all the grammar, and after learning the grammar only, after being well versed in his communication skills only, he cleared B.Ed degree, and that's why he said teacher. Even after becoming a teacher, even after qualifying as a teacher, the teacher should continuously learn. That the grammar is not the grammar cannot be static. The grammar itself is improving. Okay, so formal grammar rules to examples is already given up. Examples to rules is done. Okay, and various kinds of nouns and various kinds of sentences, and they could be updated. See, I already gave the example. Now we are saying that there are only 8 planets, and there are 5 other dwarf planets are there, and this knowledge is updated. Okay, so see, now we are studying, there are 4 kinds of sentences: declarative, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory, and in future the idea such kind of sentences need not always be there. There could be introduction of another kind of sentence. Okay, kinds of nouns, parts of speech, everything could be improved. It should be improved. Okay, see, I mean, one general point I want to say is that if a language doesn't have the scope of adding more words to the dictionary year by year, the language will be destroyed. Okay, this is the situation of Latin and Sanskrit. But Tamil and English language, year by year, if you take an Oxford dictionary and see, in the dictionary is edited year by year. Year by year, a few words are added new words or a new set of words are added year by year. This implies that the language is improving. English language is improving. Okay. Likewise, we have to we have to discover, we have to coin new words, and then they should be included in dictionary. Then only the language is, we have to say that the language is improving. Okay. Likewise, the teacher should improve himself. The grammar is improving, the vocabulary is improving. The teacher should be updated with these things. The teacher should be updated with the technologies. The teacher should be updated with the methodologies. Okay, so this is the case. And okay, I completed BSc mathematics, and that's all. There is no need for me to learn maths further. There is no need for me to study grammar further. This is wrong mentality. The teacher is always a learner. He should always learn the subject, and he should always update himself. He should always update his knowledge. Therefore, he should attend many in-service programs and refreshing courses regularly. So what happens in math subject? What happens in English subject? What happens in prose? What happens in poetry? The knowledge is updated day by day, and the teacher should be equipped with the updated knowledge and technology. Okay, so therefore, even after completing our BA B.Ed course, the teacher should always and regularly attend refreshing course and in-service programs. Okay, so that is the updated knowledge is taught to the teacher himself, and the teacher should attend these in-service program and refreshing courses. Okay, and 10th point and the final point, hold students accountable. Hold students accountable. The teacher is responsible for all the students. It is his responsibility to take them to the right way. Whatever they learn, the teacher should take the responsibility. 10th point, hold students responsible. 10th point, hold students accountable. Okay, hold students of first years accountable. The accountable, that is responsibility. The teacher is answerable to students. Okay, whatever happened to students, the teacher should give. The teacher should be responsible for them. Okay. Let me read out. Please take down. The teacher is responsible for all the students. It is his responsibility to take them to the right way. Whatever they learn, the teacher should take the responsibility. So the teacher is responsible for all the students. So whatever they learn and whatever they commit mistakes, what all the mistakes that they commit, the teacher is accountable to the students. That is, the teacher should take responsibility of students' mistake. The students credit that. If the students do well in the language, for that also the teacher should take responsibility. If the students commit mistakes, for that also the teacher should take responsibility. Okay. See, let's say, okay, let's see, for example, so okay, let me take this example also. See, the second wave of corona is spreading like anything only in India, and in countries like Bhutan and Israel, they got 100% of vaccination is given to the people, and now in countries like Bhutan and in Israel, they don't wear mask, they don't follow any social distancing, they follow a typical normal life. But especially in India, the situation is very worse, and the situation is absolutely worse. Okay, and see, when virus is spreading all over India, and the president, the prime minister, he did not do any mistake. Okay, Narendra Modi did not purposefully spread those virus. Okay, and that is the reality. Okay, but he should take the responsibility. Okay, so Narendra Modi is accountable to Indians. Okay, so actually he did not purposefully spread the coronavirus, but when this is the situation, he should take responsibility. Yes, because of my mistake only, this is virus has spread, and I will take necessary actions. Okay, so because he is a prime minister and the prime minister is appointed by people, when this is the case, he should take the responsibility. Okay, so likewise, the teacher should take the responsibility. The teacher is accountable to his students, and when a student is committing mistake, he should take the responsibility. Okay, see, as a teacher, the students are committing mistakes when they write in English, and when they commit mistakes, what can I do? Okay, so this is the example of irresponsible teacher. Yes, my students are committing mistakes, and though it is practically not possible to give individual care, but the teacher should take the responsibility. Okay, so this is the right way. This is not only in the use of language, even in life also. The language teacher also can teach the life skills. Okay, you should be honest, and you should use grammar in this way, and teacher should show them the right way, and the teacher should show them the wrong way, and you have to follow the right way. Likewise, the teacher should tell the students, and whatever the students do, the teacher should take the responsibility. Okay, so that's all. This topic is over. That is qualities of a good language teacher. Okay, so let me repeat the 10th point. The teacher is responsible for all the students. It is his responsibility to take them to the right way. Whatever they learn, teacher should take the responsibility. Okay, so that's all this topic, and the question is apart from language teaching, what are the things that an English teacher can teach to the students? Apart from grammar and the language, what all the things an English teacher can teach to the students? Okay, so this is the question, and okay, that's all. Thank you.